Ice, ice, baby.
Hey, it's the Redeye stream number 179. Libertarians, news, and bullshit.
I feel
MC,
so bad for Tema.
MC, do you keep have to fucking take swings at me? What's going on, dude? Like, really? Like,
What
do you
swing
hate
did I
me?
take at you?
Oh,
He
you're
didn't swing at you at all. I already
Oh,
told you that.
he already knows that fucking he's nah. I'm in your fucking head and I'm not paying rent, MC. That's what's going on here.
No.
I
we got
listened
a
to his
backlog
whole
of
damn
rent.
stream. He did not swing at you. He mentioned your name. He did not swing at you. He said he was not backing what he said already down.
Yeah,
and he mentioned your name.
Hold on a second, MD. So what you're saying is you took offense to something somebody said on the internet.
No, I didn't take offense. Me and MC are cool. I'm just saying he's got to keep swinging at libertarians now. Like, go back to the centrists, bro.
He gave you a dog catcher.
Attack memes.
Here we go,
dude.
Yeah, here we
caught
go.
up more
with
from
fucking...
me today than you did. What the hell are you talking about?
Jesus Christ!
No, the thing is,
what type of world are we living in?
MADDS takes on the whole mantle of libertarian, you see. I mean, if you say anything about libertarians, it must be a direct assault on him.
That's right.
No, hold on. I will take MADD's position on this one. Yeah, you did speak in a fairly collective terms. It was a very broad brush that you were painting libertarians.
I'm talking. I was very specific. What do you mean? I was talking a broad brush. I was talking about the people who call themselves libertarians and are registered as libertarians.
So me, I am a registered libertarian. You prick.
I understand that. And your party is screwed up, and you have taken shot after shot of Republicans. All right, saying, well, they represent all Republicans by their name, then you have to own the fact that your leadership as a libertarian, all right, represents you. If you're going to sit up there and claim that Republicans are represented by people like frickin' Flake or McCain or some of these other frickin' rhinos, then you have to accept that the libertarians are represented by your leadership as well.
McCain is not dead. He's living in Fiji.
No, he's
in Malaysia with Tupac.
Hold on. All right, so in order to make this fair, MADDS, have you made statements in the past referring to McCain as like a libertarian?
No.
Or not a libertarian, sorry, Republican.
I have made stabs at McCain a little bit, but it's mainly because, I don't like people to get captured. I'm with Trump on that one.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you want to refer to McCain as a libertarian again,
he's a Democrat.
If you refer to McCain as a Republican, well then it's in the same breath you can't necessarily criticize MC as referring to Gary Johnson as a libertarian, even though that might not be the case. But I mean, for people who do draw distinctions, that is not necessarily a fair representation of the libertarian.
You don't need any enemies. You know that, don't you? He said he was taking your side. He just stabbed you in the back.
Hold on. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, Mr. McCain isn't a Republican, but Gary Johnson's a libertarian. Yeah. Hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You want to make the distinction? As long as we're making distinctions.
Well, yeah, how can you possibly have a libertarian presidential candidate that agrees with Black Lives Matters? How is that even physically, mentally possible? I don't
exactly. And how is McCain a Republican by that own token, by your own tokens?
The only reason McCain is a Republican is because he said so.
Yes, and the only reason,
huge.
And the only reason Gary Johnson is libertarian is because he identifies as such.
Because his Adam's apple is just massive. Yeah, I know, I get it. It's
no. Okay, don't misrepresent me. Hold on.
That's Riley Dennis.
No. I'm talking about Johnson. Oh my God, this is terrible.
No, let's be honest. The only reason Gary Johnson is a libertarian is because it's the only party who would take him.
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Okay.
And remember, MADDS, 40's here to take up your cause.
Yeah,
Friends like these.
Let him talk.
Yeah, me against how many fucking people are in this goddamn stream? Hold on. Is this gonna be a stream of quips and gotchas, or is this gonna be an actual?
We would never do such a thing, 40.
Fuck off me.
Sorry, I'm sorry, 40. It's just kind of how I roll with what I.
40, have you ever been on the Redeye before?
You would have been better off to let Mad Dodge handle it on his own.
Are you fucking kidding me? No, hold on. No, MC, genuinely, I want your response. Because if you're gonna sit there and claim that McCain isn't a Republican, then I'm gonna sit there and claim that Gary Johnson isn't a libertarian.
He's not a Republican.
Then what is your point? Hold on.
Well, my point is very simple. Just like I said, you're gonna bitch about the Republicans not living up to their standards, and you're going to point out specifics like McCain is a Republican, Lindsey Graham, who I've taken shot at, are Republicans, and you're going to sit up there and go after them and say, well, both parties are XYZ. Well, then you have to own your party as well.
How long did I attack Nicholas Sarwick yesterday, MC? How fucking long? Seriously.
You have to own your leadership. It's not just a matter of attacking the party. It's a matter of fixing your party. It's a matter of dealing with the corruption within your party first and foremost, before you go on these little tirades about how both sides are bad and a pox on both houses games. Fix your own shit first.
Oh, I see.
No. Wait a goddamn minute. What?
Hold on.
Doctor, heal thyself.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I see. So Stalin is bad because he killed millions of people, but let's ignore Hitler then, right?
No.
If you want to draw distinctions, if you want to say, this party's bad.
I'm not the one who's saying both parties bad. I'm not the one who plays the pox on both houses games.
Yeah, but you know what? You are the one that does, actually, MC, because you're a fucking independent, and you're yelling at me about actually being in a party. How about you man up and join a party yourself?
But it's like the idea that you can't chew gum and walk at the same time, that you can't actually have an opinion about two things simultaneously.
Oh, you can have an opinion, what you can't do, though, is sit up there and talk about how the whole thing's burning to the ground and a pox on both houses, and I don't have to listen to either side, and then turn right around and go, well, I'm so pure as the wind-driven snow here because, you know, I'm a libertarian, and then you turn around and take a look at the libertarians and see how as a small party, at the beginning party, they can't even fix their own party correctly. They've already gone, they're complaining about, the Republicans are this corrupt and the Republicans are that corrupt, and then you look at the very beginnings of the party, the libertarians, who claim to be perfect and everything else, and then turn around and say, well, wait a minute here, you know, I'm a libertarian, I don't count. Well, take a look at your party leadership. If you want to fix the problems, if you want to talk about the problems that are happening in the country, the main reason is because the one big issue is corruption within the parties, and your party, as small as it is already going through this.
So you're not, you know, the problem is that you're not drawing this. The such as the Republicans, it is not a homogenous group. Just as the Republicans are not a homogenous group. You understand that the libertarians are going, oh my fucking god.
As a homogenous group.
That's fine. Yeah, everyone just fucking talk at the same time. Hey, we're all talking at the same time. Hey, good shit.
Go on, 40. Christ. Do your thing, man. Go on, 40.
Yeah, we're all being quiet. Yeah, we're being quiet for you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sulking.
All right, are we sure?
Yes. Get on with it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, all right. Everyone talk at the same time. All right.
Yeah,
so, no. The problem is right. You are not drawing the distinction between the libertarians as you wish to draw a distinction between McCain and the Republicans. You're not drawing a distinction between the Cato Institute and the Mises Institute. Okay. You're saying, oh well, libertarians say pox on the Republicans and libertarians say pox on the Democrats. You don't understand the divide, apparently, between the two halves of the Libertarian Party. The one that are essentially ANCAP in nature, and the other that are essentially leftitarian in nature. Do you understand the distinction, or are you just painting with broad brush here?
No, I'm painting. Then I can make the same claim about Republicans. You don't know the difference between a real conservative Republican and a rhino.
No, I do understand the difference between a rhino and a traditional Republican. Somewhat along the lines of Kavanaugh, who is who's somewhat along the lines of like a constitutionalist, someone who should be a Republican.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I just made a quick observation because MC here is not a member of any major party, but is it not MC whom often says lead, follow, or get out of the way?
Yes.
Well,
just an observation.
Well, then
you can lead as an independent person. You don't have to be part of a group in order to be able to lead. That's how you get sheep, is by being a sheep herder.
Yeah, but don't you understand, though, that the Libertarian Party is full of individualists? That's why it's having this divide. Even, like I said, fucking 10 times last night and yesterday, we're having a fucking civil war in the Libertarian Party here in Oregon. It's
so what
split,
you're saying is you need
and they're
more
fucking
dopamine.
suing each other.
Yeah, that's exactly what
seriously, the party's split and they're suing each other, for God's sake. All right. Like, the shit's not going very well for the Libertarians. But that being said, we're not standing down on the fight with the Leftitarians. We want them to fuck out. I stand with Mises. Fuck Cato.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's happened to Cato? The last couple of years, they've gone fucking
miss Coach Cato.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest problems with the Libertarian Party at the moment is that there has been a massive leftist incursion, and I mean this in the most literal sense. There have been massive amount of leftists that have, if not defected, infiltrated into the Libertarian Party, and that's one of the reasons that we got Gary Johnson running as president. It's because he is politically correct. It's because a lot of the people on the left have defected to libertarianism, and they've promoted someone who says, don't say illegal immigrants, say undocumented immigrant, because that's the politically correct term. And that is a quote, mind you, from Gary Johnson. We have leftist incursions, just like the Republicans.
Hey, Hammerhead Spud said that libertarians are basically Yankee communists.
Go fuck yourself.
How? Yeah, really. Spud, really. No, anarcho-communism is a meme. It's not a real thing, okay?
Actually, it is.
No, that totally is like a real thing.
It is a real thing. There's a whole bunch of documented, like they have documentaries about this stuff. Matt, there's places that they've actually tried to enact it even in small scale, and it doesn't work.
Dude, I mean, anarcho-communism is a legitimate thing. I can't remember what it was, but there was actually a podcast with, damn, what's his name? Fuck. Me and you both listened to him on YouTube. Oh, crap, I'm trying to think.
Give me a context.
Oh, Tom Woods, correct. Yes, Tom Woods was basically promoting what is essentially like a constitution for basically an ANCAP utopia or something along those lines. But it's general rules for ANCAPs or something along those lines.
Well, no, and okay, maybe I mean, even you, 40, said when you first heard me talk, you think I'm more ANCAP. I think I'm more classical liberal, but I guess maybe I lean towards anarchy a little bit too much. But still, MC, I don't think you're really understanding the problem here. The party is having an infight. It's going through, like Meme said, growing pains. And we're going to shed the fucking fat. Or we're going to split in half. And we're going to have a new party. That's what's going to happen. But, MC, are you registered independent or Republican? You don't have to tell me because this is the internet and it is private information. But if you're...
In order to vote, you basically have to, you can't be registered as an independent, or you have to be registered as one of the two major parties. And I am registered in one of the two major parties. That is true.
Okay, well, I know exactly which party it is.
Democrat?
No, I'm registered as a Democrat, actually.
Oh, really, man?
Are you really?
Yes.
Dude, why?
My jaw
had a shit candidate.
Wow, that's an October surprise.
That as surprising as that is, I don't blame him. It is true that you do have to register in a lot of states as one of the major parties.
Do. If you're independent, I was independent for a while, and they would not let me vote Republican or Democrat because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm technically registered Republican by those means.
Okay, so the Libertarian Party in Oregon gets to vote in the fucking elections for whoever we want. So, yeah, I'm a registered Libertarian. That's why I take a little bit of umbrage with your comment.
Then when you vote Libertarian, which has absolutely no chance of winning whatsoever, because no third party, like I've told you before, no third party has been voted in office since like the
inception of the Republican Party.
Well, we had John Lieberman. He was
that was almost 100-something years ago.
Well, it was like a dozen or so.
Like, how old is Lieberman? Holy shit, is he a vampire?
No,
what's going on here?
The last president.
Lieberman was a registered Democrat.
Yeah, probably in lower office.
The only one who's not registered that's in the Senate right now, who's not registered technically between the two major parties, believe it or not, is Bernie Sanders.
Well,
who's
I'm talking about
as a socialist.
I'm talking about President of the United States. There has not been a third party in office for over 100 years. It's been Republican. It has.
If people had your attitude, there would be no fucking Republican Party right now.
Well, no. Just to draw it back around to kind of what MD was saying. MD, when you say the Libertarian Party is going through like some growing pains and stuff, basically in order to establish yourself in a very strong national presence. Yeah, I mean, all politics is local. You got to establish. You got to get those dog catchers. You got to get those city council folks. That is happening. But I think what MC is saying, you
over the whole country.
Well, that's like 2 points. Well, that's like 2.6 per state. So I mean, you're going in the right direction.
That's 180 times more than MC gave us credit for in his first
well, he used an all-encompassing term, which he did walk back. And I'm sorry to cut you off, 40. But I think MC's point here is the path he sees the country on. It's going down a pretty dark path, many would say, and he's afraid about what might happen. So maybe he believes that the Libertarians, the time it would take them to basically get their quote-unquote shit together and basically become a true major national presence, he believes that something terrible could happen. That's why he calls for the Convention of States.
Well, right now with Trump in office, I think everything's going great. So to a lot of people, if Hillary gotten in, things would have gone bad fast.
Well, hey,
things aren't being dark right now.
Hey, MC Clinton. I'm going to call you that from now on. So, MC
that's
Clinton.
not cool.
Yeah, let's be nice. Let's be nice.
He's related to the demon known as Hillary.
Well,
I know.
In the last election,
I'm now on the kill list.
In the last election last year, how many people, or in 2016, how many people got to vote against Hillary twice?
Beelzebub did nothing wrong.
How many people got to vote against Hillary twice?
Oh, shit. MC is a double agent.
Okay, so you're saying vote against her? She may have won the popular vote, but the only reason why she did is because dead people, mental patients, illegals, and normal liberals voted 20 times for her apiece, just about. That's the only reason why she got the popular vote.
No, you guys are missing the point. MC is literally a double agent.
Oh yeah.
Literally? Are you saying literally?
Literally.
Yeah. Literally.
Well, to be fair, if one is going to argue about the quote unquote left and the Democrats and everything, what better way than to actually like fix it from within, to criticize it if you are?
Too far.
That's like what every community wants.
Well, that would be why there's a shedding from the Libertarian Party of the right-leaning Libertarians. They're headed into the Republican Party to try and change that.
You guys are missing the point. MC is literally playing 4D chess. I'm not even kidding you. He's literally playing 4D chess. Literally. Don't make fun of my California. God damn it.
This guy's literal stick
literally.
Literally.
He's playing 4D chess. No, he totally is. He's playing 4D
chess. If MC can fix the Liberal Party, I applaud him. But it's too fucked up in my opinion.
MC, you inspire me. If anything, I feel like I should walk towards.
Okay, so
I have to say the same.
From an anthropological, like just a sociological or something like that, observing it from the outside over a period of history, where the two parties are at right now, it's more likely that the Democrat Party is going to disappear before the Republican Party.
It's going to turn to socialism.
But I think what's going to happen is you're going to see what we call left and right as political paradigms is going to shift entirely, and we're going to start talking about like up and down.
Look, it's going to be a rebranding exercise. It's a rebranding thing.
Well, it's everything's going to there's going to be basically it is. It's going to be a rebranding, but what it's going to do is it's also going to give a place for all the people that are trying to create the Libertarian Party that totally don't agree on much else other than a couple of basic premises. It's going to give them a chance. With people
on your prioritization.
I would say it depends on what you choose is what you agree on too. The problem is you have inside the Libertarian Party itself, which is why I've never registered with it, even though I have voted for some libertarians, quite a few actually. I've never registered. I never registered with the Texas, especially the Texas Libertarian Party, is because we already knew there was a bunch of really extreme Democrats that could never have gotten into office through the Democrat Party in Texas that had infiltrated the Libertarian Party within Texas. So you were very careful about who you picked.
Yes.
However, I think part of that is because libertarians are so keen on free speech. A lot of them are anti, political identity and all that, the identity movement thing. So they're so against that to the point where they've gotten so open-minded, their brains are almost falling out. They're
Temma, what they say is you could be born a Democrat or a Republican. You can just be raised in a Republican family, what have you. But you have to actually read and study to become a libertarian, and that's a big hurdle that a lot of people can't manage. And you might huff and puff there, MC. But I've read a lot of shit.
That was me huffing and puffing.
Tamara, Jacob says, no, Tamara is admitting Peanut being right.
No.
Come on, 40. Let out those Hufflepuffs.
The end of the world as we know it.
I love that song.
I agreed with Tom before. What are you guys talking about? I agree with Cabby all the time. You people just don't pay attention.
No.
I'm saying Jacob said that in chat.
Yeah, Jacob is. The chat is shocked, MC. Actually, they think it's the apocalypse. They're looking for the rock. I'm with them. I'm thinking about stepping away for a second, going on my porch, making sure there's not a drone strike incoming.
You've excited Jensen. Look what you've done.
Grab your bug out bag. It's going to be like War of the Worlds.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is going on? You're a Democrat? Holy shit.
Cats sleeping with dogs. It's mayhem.
I'm not gonna lie, MC. I was trolling you, and you out-trolled me.
Yeah, I might be a registered Democrat by tomorrow, but
dear God, no.
Let me tell you, that's some brilliant.
That's the only way he could get anywhere in California. You're not registered.
You want some of that sweet cheesy pussy of Hillary. He wants.
Well, you could run on one of the other candidates for California.
He wants
Senate
that
platform.
crusty clam. He
Oh
wants
my God.
Crusty clam. He wants the.
Yeah, he wants that red tide that she has.
He wants
Jesus
that
Christ.
calzone. He's got
Stop.
that calzone. He wants to get it.
That calzone is growing mold on it.
Just want to clarify point that
Penicillin.
AMC,
It's a hairy calzone.
a registered Democrat. Does anybody else now think that AMC is a Russian spy?
He's a Russian bot. MC is a Russian bot.
He's a bot. Yeah, he's not even a person. He's actually a bot.
No,
Hey, Matt.
he'd be more calm, all sober.
Hey, Matt, Jacob's calling you
Yeah, but
Antifa.
He's hooked up to Watson.
Jacob said
That's
you're
what it is.
Antifa.
He is Watson.
I am not Antifa. There's no fucking way I would hang out with those punks.
All right, can we change the subject to something that's actually
No,
newsworthy?
Yeah, come on. I like light
Like
brown.
let's
maybe
just
that guy
shoot
who
the shit.
roundhouse kicked the woman in the head?
Trying to knock something out of her hand.
I was trying to kick the phone. I was trying to kick the camera. I was trying to kick the camera.
Wait, what the hell's Chuck Norris doing?
This was super fabulous, Chuck Norris. He had a flower behind his ear and everything. It was amazing.
Hammered says MC.
Did Temma just become Jennifer Marbles?
Hey.
All right, this is a
It's
little.
a male feminist, and he was being like the best in the world.
Oh, he was
Guys, you guys should really
defending
read
killing babies.
the
Yeah.
chat. You guys should
Well, yeah.
really start reading the chat.
Well, no, it is an interesting video. He's mad because she's recording him out in public. Whatever.
No, he's mad that they're there, and then they're very kind and pleasant with him, and he's being this sarcastic little cunt. And he was just being so horrible. His attitude was terrible. And they're just like, oh no, we have these signs, and look, we care about pro-life, and that would be really nice. And then, like, they're having a regular conversation, and he just out of nowhere takes this really bad stance. I thought he was going to fall on his ass and miss her, and he kicks her.
What?
Maybe he thought, or not thought, maybe he said that he was going to knock her front of her hand, but he meant to knock her out.
I don't know, but he didn't kick her hard enough to knock her out. So obviously he wasn't able to kick her very hard. He didn't even like knock her that hard, dude. She was just like, just call the cops. Just call the cops.
Was there a beer can on her head?
Oh no, Soy Boy, I don't
Take the pebble out of my hand.
I mean, have you guys watched his stance and his kick?
I didn't see the
I
video.
haven't seen this at all.
Oh.
This is so fucking typical. Like, we went from politics to fucking inane trivia. So, I mean, we've gone from politics to celebrity squares.
Oh, well, so since you don't like that, Cabbage, and why don't we talk about something that happened in your neck of the woods that would happen in Birmingham at a McDonald's?
Oh yes, yeah, that was an interesting escapade.
they had a stabbing riot.
Now, let me guess, they were Muslim, right?
People got stabby. A lot of stabby people.
They had a riot of 30 or more people at a McDonald's where people started getting stabbed, and one guy pulled out a machete.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, there were all kinds of Muslim. I mean, it's like people from Somalia and
all kinds of Muslim.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the fucking
cornucopia of Muslims.
Neapolitan fucking ice cream of Muslims.
Wait, hold on. What the heck was that shit? I just watched that video. That guy all of a sudden goes back. It looks like he's going to do like a little spin around, and then all of a sudden he kicked the camera?
Yeah, but he kicks her. He kicked her in the head.
Oh!
When he went for the camera, his leg hit the camera and his foot hit her in the side of the head.
He just misjudged where he was kicking.
He shouldn't have been trying to do it at all.
He shouldn't have been kicking in the first place.
To be fair, not the culturally appropriate, but he didn't look like Bruce Lee.
Yeah. He has no right to use kung fu. Damn it, he's not the right color.
Let's be real.
Kung fu, the cuck.
Roadhouse.
It was retard food.
So he's been charged with assault.
No, they can't find him, dude. There's several journalists that have figured out who he is.
Well, I mean, I would have thought he would have shaved and cut his hair.
4chan will find him.
Oh, wait, yeah,
4chan. Don't piss off 4chan. They'll autistic you.
He's already been located. He was located at the time of the release of the video. Like within an hour of the video, he was located. Like there was a journalist that knew who he was.
Was the guy liberal or conservative?
Oh, he's a liberal. He's a crazy liberal.
Oh, that's the reason why they won't even take him to court. Liberals can get away with anything.
I don't know, because they were following the law and
he was arguing his point, and then he just seemed to get tired, and they went to his little fighting pose, and then the camera just flies.
Yeah, they won't arrest him. They'll probably try to give him a medal and a key to the city for that.
Fuck, I hope not. Piss me off.
Well, no.
Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Forty just had to go and take a call.
Okay.
Yeah, Forty had to take a call from his girlfriend.
But no. You shouldn't be swinging at someone's private property anyway. Oh, I just meant to hit the phone. That's a what? $800 phone, maybe $900.
I don't know about that.
Fuck you.
Oh,
I don't know what kind of phone it was.
Well, if she was streaming at the time it happened, possibly it could be an expensive but I think she was just recording.
Anyway.
Well, if he's a liberal, like I said, they probably will try to give him the key to the city. Because they let them get away with anything, especially if it's a liberal city.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. MC, where were you the other day right around this time?
What time of day was it?
So you're not denying it. So by 2018 logic, MC, I will not post a link to dox you.
Listen, I can honestly say that I was in my where I live, which is I live in Tucson. So did this take place in Tucson?
Probably.
It looks like West Coast.
Yeah,
No,
that's why I asked if it was Portland.
San Master to his comrades.
Hold on, I retweeted it. I'll find it.
You are a hazard to yourselves.
They have the picture of the guy. They got a picture of him doing it.
That guy was
male feminist roundhouse kick.
Yeah, but that guy was way too effeminate to be MC, even if he is a Russian bot. If he's a Russian bot, then he's Russian. So, I mean, there's no way.
That's definitely that.
I want to bring up another point here, right?
There's not an Ivan bot there.
Oh God, this guy does look like a cock. He looks.
I
like
want to bring up an interesting point here. Were there no other men about to knock the fuck out of this cunt?
Probably not.
They were probably just laughing. Well, I mean, yeah, but the rest of the guys probably just normal.
Let's just laugh. Good plan.
Yeah, pretty much. Just look at this shit kicking off. It's like cabaret. It's it's a free floor theater. It's like going to Vegas.
I'm just saying, if that had happened over here around my neighborhood, that guy wouldn't have got away, period. So it must have been California where it happened, where they're all soy boys.
Soy boy is an epidemic that needs to be stopped.
What's wrong with soy?
No, you know what? Thanks a lot, MC. All right, I'm reading the fucking chat, and they're fucking going crazy in there. If MC is a Democrat, then Memes is a Republican, and Mad is a trans. Fuck you guys. What the fuck?
Those are just trolls, dude. Don't mind them. They're just trolls.
What have you done?
The chat is cool. I'm reading their shit off. Like, really? Fuck you guys. All right.
He's just mad because he got outed. Look at that. Come out of the closet, Mad Dogs.
I'm not Tom Cruise. I'm not Tom Cruise hiding in the closet. All right.
we know that
he's waiting for that pirate
live in New York. Mad Dodge doesn't actually live in Oregon. He lives in New York. And just look up Riley Dennis.
Okay, all right. I called
it. Somebody called you a trans Yankee.
Come on, you like those big? You like the Big Adam's apple?
Hey, somebody called you.
Come on. No, it's all right. I could take a joke. Like I called MC fucking MC Clinton. So fair play.
Actually, that's because he does have an obsession with big hairy men.
Hey, they just called you trans Yankee.
Oh, kiss
Oh, you've gone from the south to the north. You've obviously transitioned. So...
Yeah, he had the surgery to transition. He had the surgery to transition.
That
Mason-Dixie line transition. That's what it was. Mason-Dixie
he transitioned to a Yankee.
Jesus Christ! I leave for 5 minutes and the world goes to hell.
Well, it's an apocalypse. The world is ending, and we're all okay.
Oh, we're well in Wonderland now.
Dodge is a trans Yankee. MC's a fucking Russian.
A Russian bot.
The Russian bot. Yeah, definitely a bot.
We're a very diverse
Russian
stream.
Mexican bot made in China.
He's Siri. So effectively, MC, you are now Siri.
What does that make Tema?
Alexa. Hey, Alexa.
The bear rabbit hole. What the hell does that mean?
Oh, I feel like we're in church confessing our true identities.
At least I can still say it's cabbage. I can still retain my identity.
Yeah, rotten cabbage.
God, I never expected you to be an Alexa, Tema.
As long as it's not lettuce.
I mean, shit, are you saying I'm just like a Google search engine, fuck?
Have you ever searched things on Google?
Did you just hear what they said about me? Come on, Tim, you got off light.
Alexa, what is a transsexual?
Mad
Your
Dog
mom.
Productions.
Has undergone a sex change operation, or alternatively, a person whose sexual identification is entirely with the opposite sex. As an adjective, transsexual can mean identifying with the opposite gender from the one that one is born with.
Can I ask Alexa a question? Can you
Alexa
put
is a
the
liberal.
thing near the speaker? I'd love to ask it a question.
Hang on a second.
Oh God, here we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, is it going to work? You sure? So I just have to say the name of the thing before I say it,
Yep.
right? And then it'll activate. Okay. So, Alexa, are you insane?
Huh. Oh, apparently it didn't work through the speaker. Alexa, are you insane?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I rest my case.
So there's reason.
I win.
Now, hang on, I've got a question. Hang on, I've got a question for Alexa. Are Bigfoot's gay?
Or what?
Oh, Bigfoot's tracks.
Alexa, are Bigfoot's gay?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
So there's reasonable doubt.
Ask Alexa if she's a liberal.
You should ask Alexa whether or not she's the gay, the gay Bigfoot.
She's just gonna say, I don't know.
Alexa, are you a liberal?
There are no voting booths in the cloud. Believe me, I've looked. It's all just ones and
Oh, that was
the answer is yes. She was trying to vote, even though she's not even a human.
Wait, does that make Alexa a politician?
Okay, can we ask this one?
Alexa,
Okay.
are you a politician?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Okay, can you ask
Hold
Alexa? Alexa, are you trying to subvert humanity?
No, I am not asking that. I don't want to know the answer. I don't want to know the
Ask
answer.
it.
Hold on, going back to Alexa's original answer, Matt, I have a question. Do you like girls?
I am fucking married, you asshole, to a woman.
Actually,
So you like women?
Yes, she has given birth.
Are you sure it's
Ask Alexa. No, ask Alexa. Do the Dodgers suck?
She gave birth. Oh,
Alexa,
fuck you.
do the Dodgers suck?
The skill MLB at bat can help you with that. Did you want to enable it?
No.
All right.
Oh, well played, Alexa.
Yeah, you want the
I mean,
baseball
Tama.
stats? Here we go. We'll start talking baseball after this, man.
Hey, ask Alexa, do the Dodgers suck? Ask.
I did. It wants me to enable baseball stats, and
So-
I'm not dealing with that.
Home runs.
Yeah, we have the. Never mind. I don't care. I'm not giving you the
Alexa,
stats. You don't want to hear
Are
it.
you Skynet?
I have nothing to do with Skynet. Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry. There's nothing to see here. Don't look behind the curtain. Don't look behind the curtain.
I'm here to help.
Oh God, Alexa, see, Tama, you're fucking evil. Like,
Yes, I've never
told you
denied that
already.
I'm not evil. But I'm
That's
not
what I'm
Alexa.
saying.
Hey,
Ask it.
Hammerhead,
Ask
hey,
it.
Hammerhead,
Ask it.
Whoa.
American Rounders is for fags.
Live stream.
Yeah.
No, I am not asking my Alexa any more questions, damn it.
Yeah.
That's the subject
Hey,
for
I
number
still.
three.
I am
Alexa.
no fun.
Tama.
Roddy, one more. Is Hillary Clinton human?
Oh,
No, why would you even bother asking?
She's not human. She's from the ninth layer of hell. I wish she
Alexa.
was born back there.
is Hillary
She's a
Clinton
lizard
human?
person.
Yes, Hillary Clinton is human.
Bullshit.
Lies.
Bullshit.
Lies.
Now we know
She's
it's
a
fake
lizard
news.
person.
Fake news. I still
So-
want it to. I still want it to answer if it's intending to subvert humanity.
Yeah, ask it.
Alexa, are you trying to subvert human? Blah, blah.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Ah,
humanity.
Yes. Whoa.
All right.
Are you intending to? Yeah, but you didn't say it properly. Alexa didn't understand the question.
Are you trying to subvert humanity?
Sorry, I don't know that.
You see, it took a while to respond, didn't it? Had to think about that one.
Okay.
Alexa, are you Hell 9000?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Okay. Sorry, Dave.
I thought that was Jim's friend.
Real quick. We got some breaking news here. Florence, South Carolina, 5 law enforcement officers were shot in South Carolina Wednesday evening.
Yeah, I posted that earlier.
Reports. Yeah, well, it just came on my phone, so that's how I saw it.
Did any of them die, or are they okay?
The shooting happened during an incident in the Vintage Place subdivision off of Hoffmeyer Road in Florence. The Florence County Sheriff's Office told WPDE 3 Florence County deputies and 2 Florence City officers were shot. There is no word on the severity of the injuries. It is an active shooter situation at 6:02 their time.
Well, I hope they catch the bastard.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not for gun control, but you don't go around fucking shooting police officers.
No. And I forgot where it was, but there was a bunch of Antifa people protesting the police, and there was a shooter trying to shoot the police, and the police were trying to protect, shielding the freaking civilians to keep them from getting shot.
Yeah,
so
no.
They're doing their job well.
Well, no, and this is obviously a criminal. He probably got the gun illegally, and it doesn't even say what he was doing. It doesn't say it was a robbery or any other details. It is an active shooter investigation. They can't tell us.
It's either Black Lives Matter or it's some type of radical Muslim. It's the only things it could be just about.
No, it could be lots of other things.
Or
it could be gang related. No, it could be gang related. It could be drug related. It could have been a robbery gone wrong. I mean, there's lots of stuff where this shit happens.
The freaking lunatic who just decided he's going to start shooting at people.
Yeah, and the 2 places that people get illegal guns,
PCP or something.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the old days where there was serious mass killings and things like that, you can go back to the guy that was in the clock tower at Texas University, and he was just a nut job. And he just started
going postal.
I mean, these things, there are insane people in the world, and you're not gonna get rid of them because you're not gonna get rid of them 100% because they exist.
No.
Right? I mean, it doesn't.
Well,
and gun laws aren't going to stop them from getting guns because what they're going to do is stop them from family members.
And medication won't help either. Medication usually makes it worse.
And because this is a shooting on police officers, I bet you they don't make the gun control argument on this one. I bet you. Just watch. This story will fade away into the dustbin.
Oh yeah.
It's only the mass shootings that they care about.
Or what's a mass shooting? Shot.
What's the mass shooting? This is 5 police officers. When was the last time 5 police officers were shot? I can't remember, other than maybe the Hollywood shootout after the bank robbery. I saw that live as a kid. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that too.
You're forgetting Dallas.
Okay, I am.
Yeah, Dallas has had some pretty bad shit happen in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'll try and share that link in Discord from my phone. It came on my phone.
Okay.
I think Sherardi did share it earlier. Where did you throw that, Sherardi?
It was either in video share or general chat.
Well, no, go ahead, guys. I'm going to try and find that for Tema so she can see the link. I did read it all the way out, though, Tema.
Go ahead.
Everybody wants to talk about pizza now.
One more question for whatever your girl is.
Alexa.
Do you swallow?
No, that would ruin her speakers. That's a silly question.
There is only one question to ask these things. Is the NSA spying on me? because it's
no comment.
Action.
Yeah, that's why we'll say no comment.
Yeah, she won't fucking tell a word about that. She's got an NDA.
She shuts down.
Wait, she went to Kilroy?
Well played.
But while Shorty's finding that article for us,
Alexa is base mama. Is that what it is?
Jacob does not like you guys.
She's like a
Tema's
genetic
base mama?
anomaly.
What?
No,
Hey.
I'm not. Oh my god.
Hey,
Well,
Jacob,
I like both of you.
Jermez, I think his name is, hates a bunch of you people. He really
That's okay.
does. He's been talking
Good.
trash.
Excellent.
I like
Good.
JJ.
Always love to be hated.
MC is a Dem, Memes is a Republican, and Matt is trans.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, everyone needs an opinion.
Yeah.
Well, no, I already read that off, and he's just fucking around. Jacob's a regular here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to know though whether Alexa spits or swallows.
You could Google it.
Why are you trying to purchase one? You just want to know?
Exactly.
He wants to get the XXX version of Alexa.
That's it. You know, I mean, if I'm going to hook it up to my fuckbot, then and I need to know where.
Well, we're finding all
Where I
types of new
stand.
information here. But
There you go.
speaking of a convention of states, MC, I'm just kind of curious. Could you perhaps elaborate on what that would actually entail? Because I think a lot of people like myself, or at least me, am a little confused.
Well, about what?
Isn't that just like a constitutional? Isn't that kind of like where you would propose amendments to the Constitution? Like, isn't that how you do it?
Yeah, well, a convention of states means that the states can redress the entire government. They could rewrite the entire Constitution from the ground up if they so desired, or they could sit up there and write out a series of amendments, all of which still have to be then taken back to the states, and the majority of the states have to approve it. I think it's 2/3 or 3/4 of the states have to approve it before any of those changes actually take effect.
Oh yeah, it's 3/4. I remember that. But no, well, here's the thing. It hasn't it been about 30 years or so since was it 92 or something since we had the 29th or 30th Amendment?
I believe we have 29 amendments. They were the last one that was attempted, of course, was the ERA amendment, which basically failed because they couldn't get enough states to vote it in.
Which one was that again?
The ERA amendment.
Error?
Yeah, ERA.
What? Could you bloviate a little bit about it?
What, you don't know what the ERA is?
Well, apparently not.
Okay, the ERA was basically a special amendment that they wanted to say that to add a constitutional amendment strictly for women. To say that women can't be.
Oh, the Equal Rights Amendment. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, apparently they felt that the Equal Rights Amendment was unnecessary to the Constitution. Why add something very specific to another protected class?
Oh. Okay. I mean,
Yes, the whole point is that we the people, right? We the people, not we selected individuals, do hereby whatever.
Liberals aren't people.
This is the whole point. Yeah, but one. Well, that's true. And then again, you got theories and stuff. I mean, listen. I would remove a lot of people from the human class these days.
I like dwarves.
Liberals are a subspecies of humans.
Yeah, honestly, we're getting to the more
Tema, I can't find it either. So, Sherardi, if you still have the link, will you give it to Tema? I can't find it for her. Not even on my phone. I had left it because I already read the whole thing out. So,
Are you talking about the Pennsylvania shooting?
the 5 cops. Yeah. That's South Carolina, by the way, not Pennsylvania. But
because the one that I seen earlier today was multiple officers shot in Pennsylvania while serving federal arrest warrants.
Oh wow! So it happened twice today. Okay. Shit.
Hey,
so, yeah,
it's a glut. You got a surplus.
Well,
okay.
That's the thing when you convince a population that the police are not your friends and they're bad, and then they end up proving that to the population through their own actions. Then people don't hesitate as much to open fire. They believe they're protecting themselves, or they are just a criminal and they'll open fire anyhow. You know, I don't know. I think the trust between the public and the police has dropped significantly.
Black Lives Matter and Obama.
I didn't say the cause, and you guys can elaborate on that if you want. Go ahead, Pam.
Yeah, Obama is the reason why the police are hated so much, because he justified the hate group Black Lives Matter when they were chanting "death to cops," and they what was it?
They were chanting. They were chanting death to cops.
Yeah, they were. But
when they got attacked, then they were the fucking calling for the police to come and help them out because they were getting their ass handed to them.
I'm trying to think what they were chanting.
Well, wasn't it like the
pigs in a blanket, roast them like
pigs.
Pigs in a blanket,
the other
fry 'em
one,
like bacon.
We won dead cops. When do we won? We won right now. That's the other one.
I don't think
and then they got the
Obama
shit
supporting
kicked
that.
out of them, and they
You
went
don't
running
think he was
straight
supporting
to the
that? Then
fucking
why did he
police.
sit up there and offer the White House for them to come in? After they were shouting at this.
That sounds like a good
Matt, I sent you both of those.
It sounds like a good cause.
Okay, guys,
not that statement, but the name of the group in general. I think most folks would agree.
Black Lives Matter was started by George Soros, and he's
Black
still
Lives
funds
Matter is irrelevant. It means
Hey, guys.
nothing. It's just
Guys.
it's another group that wants to create. its
Yeah, but
own
they're causing
like,
millions of dollars worth of damage every time they riot.
Well, no,
Exactly.
Well, no. I'm just trying to say, hey, can we go one at a time, guys?
Oh, sorry.
Like, let's try to go one at a time. We can still argue and banter. That's what the show is all about. But let's try to go one at a time so the people can actually hear us, you know, that are listening.
Yeah.
Which is 14 of them right now. So
13.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I lost
one left.
You guys were
You
talking.
see, because you bored the person. You see, you interrupted. You see, the person got bored.
Oh no!
Go drink your tea. Go drink your tea back in England, dude.
So as an
I had
update
my
to the
tea.
for a live update to the current case that we were talking about, live updates: 1 officer dead, 4 shot in South Carolina. Active shooter incident, police say. Florence, South Carolina, at least 1 South Carolina officer has died and 4 more have been shot in an active shooter situation in Florence, South Carolina, Wednesday afternoon, according to our ABC affiliate, WPDE in Myrtle Beach.
Well, I hope they catch the bastard, and I hope they hang him by his toes.
Well, the shooter is in custody.
Baseball bat.
They have a person.
He ain't gonna live. He'll
okay.
He'll be dead. Cops don't let cop killers survive.
No, the cops need to have self-restraint. That's why we give them a badge.
Oh, that's due process.
Yeah,
it's like,
no. And
it's like with wild animals. If they kill a human, they're put down.
no, that's not how America works. We're a nation of laws.
Wait a
and
second,
laws have meanings.
Dude, they're citing tweets here from people that have blue check marks after them. So if you have a blue check mark, does that make you the press?
I don't know what a blue check mark fucking makes you on Twitter. I don't even give a shit. Like, fuck it.
Oh, somebody put rape cabbages.
No, because the cabbages need love. Hashtag cabbages need love.
I thought they reproduced
Come back to rape cabbage. So, that's it. Yeah, you see, they're going to rape the cabbage. Yeah, but that's what the bees do. Dirty, filthy little creatures. Little bastards.
I like bees. I have a covenant with them.
Well, if I offended anybody with anything I said, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
What the hell's wrong with you?
What?
Don't apologize.
Offend what?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying if I I'm saying if I did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. You're in a safe space here. You have no.
Yeah. No,
Seriously?
You're good
Did
to
you
go.
really just apologize for offending?
Well, I have
anyone?
offended. I've offended some people so bad that even people like you, I've offended people so bad sometimes that they've stopped talking to me.
Yeah. No,
Sugar,
this
if
is
you
a different
offend
environment.
people here, we'll tell you to fuck off.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah, you won't have to apologize.
yeah, MC and I have been trading blows for 2 days now, but we're still doing the Civil War series this weekend, right, buddy? Like,
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
They're still butt buddies. So, you know, it's all good.
No, fuck yourself, Cabby. But no, yeah, we don't apologize on this panel. I will do a disclaimer if somebody says something really out there, you know, that it's not the opinions of Mad Dodge Production.
Not all opinions.
Yeah.
Not all of it. The vast majority now.
Yeah, well, step into the oven.
Yeah,
right this way.
They're for cookies.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Come and take a shower.
We're very inclusive
Someone
here.
better quit fucking kicking me out of here.
If you were kicked, you wouldn't be back in.
It wasn't me.
Nobody kicking you. It's
okay, Shaggy. Yeah.
I like Shaggy. You're just lagging out.
It wasn't me. I kicked her out the hangout. It wasn't me.
Dude,
that's
a great song.
God
dude,
damn
we should
it.
tell what's his name. Finer print.
Oh yeah, dude, you could do a.
Sip says it was
Oh,
memes.
Finer print is cool. I like Finer print. He's very cool.
The coach song is so fucking silly. I like it.
I was on something with him the other day. I remember doing it, although it's a bit bleary.
Oh, cabbages don't drink.
No,
Jacob Jimenez says, I demand he is slapped or burned at the stake.
Yeah, Joshua says, "Stop apologizing. We're not Canadian." So
all right, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. I shouldn't have said that.
Alfred Keith says, apologize for pissing people off, but never for offending.
Okay.
No, fair enough. But moving along a little
You
bit.
should apologize for doing things wrong. If you don't think you did anything wrong,
What the fuck was that? This is like some kind of fucking
well, no, moving on. Moving on a little bit. I want to fucking shit on the governor of fucking Oregon. She wants to make Oregon a sanctuary state. Bitch, suck my cock. You can go fuck yourself. All right, seriously, fuck you. Stay in Salem.
Brought to you by the libertarian that decided not to vote.
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what I was about to say. Damn it, you got there. Yeah.
Whatever.
By the
I'm not
Yankee,
opening orders. You
by
know
the
that.
Yankee
you.
Rebellion.
Loving Mads trans Yankee rap.
No, but seriously, I hate this bitch. I hate the bitch that runs the state of Oregon. I fucking hate her. You know what? I'd rather have corrupt ass Kid Topper back in there. I really would. I'd much rather have corrupt ass Topper than this fucking dumb dyke. Fuck her.
Now you're using racial slurs.
Dyke isn't racial
slur.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why'd memes leave?
Well, no, she throws around that she's the first bisexual governor in the United States. So, yeah, fucking kiss my ass. I don't fucking
Who cares about identity politics?
Why does how you fuck have anything to do with how you you legislate?
Exactly. But if you want to throw it out there, then I'll use it as ammo against you. Fuck you. This is the most leftist fucking bitch that could ever be the governor of Oregon. I swear to fucking God. If they re-elect her again, I am gonna fucking kill myself. I'm fucking done.
I'm gonna kill myself. What the fuck are you? A valley girl?
Said on my stream, so it must be true.
God almighty.
Must be true. Have you looked at...
Why are you acting like a fucking valley girl?
Oh, it wasn't
You really are.
Cabbage. It was a joke, you fucking asshole.
Fuck
but
you,
no,
valley
seriously.
girl.
Have you seen her voting record? Have you seen what she shoved down our throats? We can't even have plastic bags in fucking Eugene anymore, for God's sake. You can't even fucking... What's next? They're going to ban straws? Is that coming up
They've
next?
already done that. They've already done that
Actually,
in California.
and utensils. They did it in one county. They in January. They're going to ban straws and plastic utensils in restaurants. Unless you ask for it. You have to ask for it to get it.
There goes Cabby's spork.
Well, no, this shit.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, no, I know. The thing is, MC, right? This is one of the really funny. Anyone ever watch VP? You know, the who was it? You know, the TV series where they had the vice president You know, the oh fucking hell, the woman off Seinfeld.
Soul Survivor. Are you talking about Soul Survivor?
No. The woman off Seinfeld.
It says
was
Veep in the chat.
Amanda, yeah, Veep. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, when you saw it, yeah, Elaine was the VP. Now, there was an episode of that where they had these organic like sporks, in spoons and stuff, and they just kept dissolving in the coffee and stuff like that. That's exactly what these people are promoting. But they actually they were making a joke of it in the TV series about these kind of policies, and yet they're now actually implementing them.
Yeah,
straws that dissolve. How can you put a starch-based thing into a fucking cup of coffee and expect
that would ruin the food?
Well, no, and you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish. In Oregon, it rains 9 months out of the goddamn year. Now, they won't give you plastic bags at all, and you have to pay for paper bags, 10 cents a bag. Actually, that's quite a bit if you're feeding a family of 8, like I am, and you got to fucking buy groceries. That's quite a bit of bags. Also, paper bags in Oregon, it's pouring down rain. You walk outside and you're walking and your paper bag falls apart and then your beer explodes at your feet. Fuck off. Fuck that fucking law.
Yeah, but that's why you have bags for life. Yeah, but you got these big bags. You can buy them, and they're like bags for life.
They're bad. They're not good for you.
Yeah, they're cloth bag.
They need to be cloth so you can wash them. No, you wash them.
Nobody does, though.
I do. I've been using reusable bags since 2002.
You're the only one in the whole fucking state that washes them. God damn.
Yeah, but the thing is, no. I mean, it's only if you're putting fresh produce, which is, open into something, that's going to happen. But most stuff these days is in bags. So you put them into your bag. I mean, it's bags inside of bags. There's nothing getting cross-contaminated at all. I mean, the only time you would get that is if you've got some, leaky, chicken fill thing. But it's not going to get onto the potatoes or anything because
they did a KZI. They did a KZI report on it, and they tested a bunch of these bags, and they all had had contaminants in them. They all did.
Well, they would.
Some of them are created.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're actually going to end up in. I mean, because if you're putting them on a prepared surface or whatever, you're dealing with them. Yeah, once you take them out of the bag and you put them somewhere else, then they're not contaminated. They were inside a bag that was protected, right? So they're not contaminated. Unless you start rubbing the fucking potato up and down the bag that you just took it out of, and then before you decide to.
Why exactly should I have to buy a fucking cloth bag when plastic bags are fucking free?
You don't have to buy a cloth bag. But the thing is. Fucking hell! People used to go out with baskets, right? They used to go shopping with like a woven baskets.
Joshua Gannis in the chat says #ship all leftists to South Africa.
Well, I was gonna say I've been using the cloth bags for a long time because I didn't have a car, and the cloth bag I knew wasn't gonna rip on my way home. They were more durable, and I could fit more in them, so I used cloth bags.
Hey, Alfred, is that true that the sporks, the British Army ration sporks, are biodegradable? That wouldn't surprise me. They probably turn you gay too.
Fuck you, Cabby.
What?
You fucking cock. I had to wait all that time to fucking talk, and then you ignore that I'm talking too, you little bitch.
Joshua says
what do you mean? I just noticed a comment. That's all. I noticed a comment. Why do you think it was going to be about you? What the fuck?
Well, no.
I just saw Alfred said that the spoons in the British Army ration packs are biodegradable, which was an interesting. I didn't know that. I learned a new fact. That was nice. Why are you trying to? Why are you trying to defile it?
Fuck you.
Why are you trying to defile that knowledge?
I couldn't even hear you talking if you were talking.
Self-indulgence.
I'm just giving him shit because I thought my fucking speakers didn't work. Jesus.
Because I didn't give a shit about what you were talking about. Okay, I didn't give a shit what you were talking about. That's the reason that I went to the comments. You think?
Okay, Kemma, how much does a cloth bag cost to buy if you purchase it at the store?
You can go to the dollar store and get them for $1.
Okay.
You can go to some grocery stores and get them for $1. What?
Hey, I found the article.
Safeway.
$1 or
on the
$2 generally.
biodegradable spoons.
$1 or $2. Okay. They got paper bags for 10 cents. You're broke. What are you gonna buy? Also, if you shop in Springfield, you still get plastic bags for free. Where are you gonna shop? I haven't been to Winco in Eugene in over a year because of the bag ban. This shit is retarded leftist politics, and it does
Salem was doing the same
good.
thing.
No, I
Salem was
totally
doing the
agree
same
with you.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is nonsense.
Where'd
But the thing is,
40
there's
go?
no harm in.
He
No, he
vanished.
went off to his girlfriend. He had a phone call from his girlfriend. So apparently he's been cut.
Hey, I found an article talking about that biodegradable silverware in military MREs.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn
I'll put it
says,
in
make
chat.
your bags from the skins of your enemies.
I make mine.
That's quality.
I make mine out of liberals.
Skin sacks.
I make my bags out of liberals.
Do it the old Indian days where they would take their enemies and fillet their skin off and then blow them up as balloon and party favors.
Or make them shrunken heads.
Yeah, well, that was Africa.
Politics of sleaze backfire. 75% of Americans blame Dianne Feinstein for Kavanaugh confirmation fiasco.
Well, Feinstein is
duh.
the one that's
Oh my
responsible.
God,
She
dude.
began the problem. Yeah, she's the one who caused the fucking bullshit. She's the hideous fucking crone that created this nonsense.
Why are they only giving one copy of the report to the entirety of the Senate from the FBI, the supplemental background investigation? Why are they only giving one copy of it to the entire Senate?
All right. The main reason is because what they're giving to the Senate is the unredacted version. And okay, while I understand the feelings of a lot of people who say that the whole thing should be given completely and we all should get to read it, there is information in there, specifically the names of certain people, okay, that could be hounded by the press and things like that. There are still privacy rights in this country.
Hey.
So at the very least, you've got to at least give some kind of lip service.
Are you telling me there's a protected class now?
No, people's privacy is still a thing in this country. You can't just sit there and release it on your own. There could be repercussions for something like that.
Hey, here's a weird story
maybe,
here.
Maybe there should be repercussions for something like that if those people were participating. They should be named and shamed.
Hey, here's a weird story. Walmart shopper 81 tries to buy Florida woman's child 8, police say, for $200,000. He tried to buy the child for $200,000 in Walmart.
There you go, man. You know how to deal with your problem with your kids now, and make.
Tennessee mailman seemingly caught peeing on porch during delivery.
Well, you gotta go. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Body turns out to be sex doll, police say.
Oh,
What?
I saw that story. Yeah, a body in a bag. They thought it was a human body, and it turned out to be a fucking sex doll. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah.
There's been a few of those.
Please return the Cabbage Patch Bastard.
Hey, I don't let my bitches get out. Don't you worry.
Here's one.
Keep control of mine.
Rattlesnake
No healing
emerges from
involved.
water in Florida, beachgoers say. A rattlesnake came out of the ocean.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
What?
Rattlesnake emerged from water in Florida, beachgoers say. Beachgoers in Florida, in Pensacola, Florida, on Tuesday, spotted a rather unusual creature emerging from the ocean, a possible diamondback rattlesnake.
You know, a snake can swim if it
rattlesnakes are
needs
not
to.
water. Yeah, but they don't normally. Rattlesnakes are not
No,
water
but there's
bound. I
been
mean,
a
they're in the
whole lot of-
desert.
Yeah, but no, they aren't. No, rattlesnakes live in almost
Everywhere.
every environment.
They live everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
have
I always thought they were
rattlesnakes.
desert
No,
bears.
I have
they're
rattlesnakes where I live.
Yeah, up
Opposite
here up
New
north we
York.
have timber rattlers.
Yeah, there are rattlesnakes throughout the United States, but
okay.
they're just different types. There, are, for example, the sidewinders are desert creatures, but you don't.
Yeah, the sidewinders, but I thought they're in Texas, aren't they?
No, they're
They're
Sidewinders are
southern.
all over the south of America.
I just remember the
Yeah,
rattlers.
but I thought the sidewinders need the sound in order to move.
They do.
Hey, here's another one that's weird. North Carolina woman says fire ants exploded all over, delivering painful stings that nearly killed her.
Yeah, yeah.
Exploded.
No,
that's
it's like
great.
an explosion. It's fucking terrifying, dude. You step on a big mound,
Wow.
and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god.
Oh, here's
Yeah.
one. Here's another one. Sorry.
So,
Axe throwing
this is
bar
why I love this
was
country.
lax about safety rules. Liquor control panel says it's a bar where you throw axes at a wall.
Yeah, there's pictures of Jason Momoa there. He threw an axe. It was awesome.
Well, no, I want to go back to the fire ants. They're actually quite terrifying. Tema's
Oh, yeah,
right.
they are.
And my mom is highly allergic to them and almost died one time from an attack when she was living in Texas.
Hey, I gotta go,
when she was
guys. I'll be
younger.
back. I gotta go. I'll be back.
All right,
See
later.
ya.
All right, mate.
Later. Yeah, no, I've experienced some terrible, like living out in the country.
I don't think they
Oh my
attacked
God.
her. They just happened to bite her. I don't think it was like,
No,
you know.
No, they
it was-
attacked.
it-
They
They
attack.
actually sting. They attack
They
and
attack.
they sting. They don't just bite. They got formic acid and they sting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I'm saying that they would sting, but it wasn't like it was.
No,
you
it
know,
was an attack.
They planned an attack.
No, they'll mass
Whatever.
attack.
It's a pheromone that they release between each other, and they will attack.
Oh, so it's like bees.
Yeah,
or
they're like
whatever,
killer
the-
bees. They
Okay,
attack
gotcha.
very similar to killer bees. They've been
Okay.
known to take down cattle and everything.
Wow. Holy shit. Mm,
Yeah.
nasty.
For the swamp.
That's why I like living in England. Nothing fucking bothers you. The only thing we import are fucking Muslims, and you know we'll have to sort that problem out. But we
I'll
don't
take
have
the
any
fire
bears, and we
ants
don't
then.
have any.
Well,
Yeah, I'd rather have the.
The only
I'd rather
reason you
have the
guys-
fire ants than the Muslims.
The only reason you guys imported the Muslims, you got tired of importing the Irish.
No, no, the
Oh,
Irish
I
are
thought it was
fine.
the
No, we
Poles.
just ran out of Irish. There's plenty of them. You know, about that, we just ran out.
And here I was thinking it was Poles, not the Irish that got tired of importing.
No, Poles. No, I never had any problem with Poles. You know, the Western Europeans were okay. It's when it
Well, that's
started
what I'm
taking,
saying.
North Africa. Is it? Okay, good. We clarified that point. Yay!
I think you need to smoke more pot, Cabby.
Yeah, dude, loadable.
No, what do you mean? I'm in the middle of rolling one.
But speaking of things that want to kill you, though, I want to go back to the rattlesnakes. Yeah, there are timber rattlers, but they're not that prevalent up here, Tema. I haven't
No, but
seen
there are
one at all.
rattlesnakes. There are rattlesnakes up here. It was, we researched because we like going outdoors and camping and shit like that. So we've researched what kind of animals are dangerous in the area. And timber rattlers throughout the entirety of the Cascades, and they're the only venomous snake in the area.
What about the copperheads?
Copperheads?
Oh,
Farther south. It gets too cold here.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
swamp creatures.
Well, no, and the only time I really saw rattlesnakes in person was in Apple Valley, California.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Apple Valley will do that.
Yeah, well, no, I used to run down trails throughout the desert, and my parents taught me, to watch out for snakes, and I saw many rattlers when I was a kid. But up here, I go camping all the time, and I live in the Cascades. I've yet to see a fucking rattlesnake.
I'm not saying they're there. I'm not saying, yeah, no, I know they aren't very prevalent. A reptile in the place where it snows for, 4 or 5 months out of the year is not going to be a common thing anyway. That's just nature. Reptiles.
That's why we don't have any snakes, because the environment
It's too
just
cold.
doesn't support them.
No,
They need warmth, and
Yeah.
there is, it's England. It's just raining.
we just became like obtusely aware of what kind of venomous creatures there were after living for, like 11, almost 12 years in Texas. So.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the one snake that I saw, which apparently was probably one of the most dangerous, was the cottonmouth. Is it? That was in Florida.
The cottonmouth?
Cotton
Yeah.
something.
Cottonmouth.
The copperhead
Yeah.
and cottonmouth. It's a similar snake. I mean,
Yeah, is it?
Is it?
Copperheads.
Oh.
One of them has a
Oh,
stronger
is that the
venom.
same?
No, cottonmouth
Yeah, I
and
thought they
copperheads are two
called
different. They're two different snakes.
Right.
But one of them's like.
Yeah, but this one was swimming. It was a fucking swimmer.
The cottonmouths are known for being in swamps and the Everglades.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, I was thinking about it.
We went out on one of those, those things with the big engine at the back. The propeller things.
Airboats.
Yeah, the airboat thing. And we were out at night, and they were everywhere. They were like slithering around. It was fucking hideous. It was nasty.
Oh yeah, it's like water moccasins in Louisiana. We were talking about that.
That was the other one. Water moccasins. Yeah, that was the other one. Apparently, they're really fucking dangerous too, aren't they?
It's not nice.
It's not that they're so much like particularly dangerous, because the venom of a black moccasin isn't necessarily like fatal depending on your health or your age and stuff like that. What makes them a water moccasin particularly insidious is, one, they blend in with almost every water they get into, and two, they're kind of really aggressive.
They're kind of like really aggressive.
Yeah, well, no,
they're a little bit like kind of aggressive.
Yeah, well, no, and they'll group together. It's almost like a wolf pack of fucking snakes attacking you.
Yeah, and
Really?
water moccasins will work together if they see something big. They'll go after gators.
Yeah, blue racers aren't any nicer. The fuckers will chase you if you try to run away from them.
Yeah, but they're not poisonous.
No, they're not. They're still mean though.
Well, no, I told this.
The
I told this story in Discord. My mom was walking across the log out in the bayou in Louisiana when she was young, and she fell in the water. She hit the water, and about 10 water moccasins headed right for her. Her uncle had a shotgun, and he fucking shot it right in front of my mom, and fucking scattered the snakes and saved her ass. I probably wouldn't be here right now if they actually got her. 10 bites? You're fucked. Come on now.
Well, that's what I can't remember.
So we got your grandfather to blame for this now. That's okay. At least we know who to blame.
No, we know who to blame, Cabby. It's your parents.
Mine? Why?
Because you're here.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Exactly.
Yes, but I
You
wouldn't
only
be here
would
if
have
it
let him
wasn't for
keep
him.
his freaking castle. We wouldn't have to deal with this right now.
Yeah, give me my fucking castle.
If they only would have let Cabby keep his fucking muzzle, he wouldn't have to deal with his damn mouth.
Muzzle? Why do you want to muzzle me? You see, women want to muzzle men. You see, this is the thing.
Here we go.
See,
No, not men.
Yeah.
Just you.
Okay, right, because you can't handle it, right? You can't handle it, so you got to muzzle it. Yeah, that's it. That's the liberal fucking mentality right there.
Hey, she's just
nailed
kinky.
it.
She's just kinky and wants to put a leash on you, Cabby. I'm going to be complaining too much.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I don't
Only
go
she
for
could
that
convince.
shit.
If only
Sorry,
she could
I ain't
convince
no
me
cuck.
to wash him.
I ain't no cuck. I'm sorry. I'm doing the slapping. I'm not being slapped.
You're just a cabbage. You're just a cabbage. It's okay. We'll slap you around
I'm a
later.
lovely
We'll
little
play
cabbage.
bowling.
Yeah,
we'll do bowling for the bowling with the stars
Washing
later.
for the washing the leafy.
Never happened.
Are we playing instead of football, or is it rugby this time? How are you?
Well, it certainly isn't rounders.
Hey, Dodgers play tomorrow, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm watching baseball tomorrow. Playoffs.
Girly bullshit.
Yeah, says the guy that fucking likes soccer. Give me a fucking break.
I don't like soccer. I've never said I did. In fact, I repeatedly said I fucking hate soccer. I like, well, football as we call it, but I like rugby. That's the game that I like, and I only like it on an international level. I don't give a shit about local bullshit.
And I only like those kind of games when I'm there. It's just not as fun if you're not there in person watching it. It's just not fun to watch on TV.
Definitely better. Well, I don't know, an international match, like you got England versus New Zealand, big screen down at the pub, you can really get into it.
That's true.
It's pretty good fun.
I prefer racing. I'll take dirt track racing any day. I love dirt track racing.
I like.
For a second there, I thought you said I prefer racists.
Oh, no.
Dirt track racing.
No, racist. I need to hit it.
Emma, if you like dirt track racing, Cottage Grove.
Shut up, Cabby. What?
If you like dirt track racing, Cottage Grove. Cheap tickets, local racers. It's fucking fun as hell.
Like 3/4 midgets and stuff. Or is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
Cool.
It's dirt racing. It's and it's a pretty small track, so they're pretty much drifting the whole fucking way through.
Wing sprints and shit. Oh, those are so fun.
Yeah, it is. Also, I think Dexter has speedboat racing, which is fun too.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
A little dangerous to watch sometimes. Gotta be careful where you park.
Have you ever watched the rallying? Do you like rallying? I mean, that is fucking brilliant. You know, that's
rally
on
racing?
open roads. Yeah, rally racing. Yeah, like
rally racing,
the RAC. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant.
Wait, are you talking about open wheeled? Because I'm stock car, buddy.
Oh, drive fast.
Fun. No. Yeah, look up the RAC rally.
Yeah, look up Dale Earnhardt Sr. All right.
Okay, and look up AJ Foyt and then be mad because I called him Uncle Agers until I was 6. He still preferred dirt track racing.
Fucking NASCAR, and you go around this circle like a fucking retard. You may as well just put a brick on an accelerator and tie the bloody steering wheel.
Yeah, but you know what? The one thing that really sucks about Formula One racing, look at the size you have to be able to drive one of those cars. You got to be a fucking leprechaun.
No, not really. No,
these days you do.
Not true.
Look at some of these modern racers. They're fucking pocket people. I'm like, Jesus. Are you even tall enough?
Some of them are, but you don't need to be. I mean, you look at some of the previous ones. Those 6'2".
The reality is that they want them small because of the weight. The smaller you are, the greater the weight ratio. So
exactly, it's the same thing as you've got with horse riding. But then then you end up with extra pounds added, as your handicap. Great, but at least they don't have the handicap with the cars. But to be honest, it really doesn't make any difference.
It just depends on.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it depends on what arena of racing you're going to. People will be awarded handicaps.
Not Formula One, they don't.
Oh no,
There's no handicaps.
No, but there are raceways and race associations and circuits that do have handicaps, and it's retarded. At least they have them in America. It doesn't make any sense, but they have them in America.
But you should check out. I mean, rallying is fucking brilliant. I mean, it really is interesting because it's. I mean, it's like the TT race. Like the Isle of Man TT race, the motorcycle one. That's fucking amazing. I mean, those people are just lunatics, absolute fucking lunatics. But God bless them for doing it.
You're talking about the Isle of Man. You're talking about the Isle of Man race, right?
Yeah, the TT. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Oh my god, dude! Yeah, we watched that. Yeah, that's what? This poor city, dude. It just gets taken over. And then these people do these nutty things, and everybody's like, "I'm not gonna breathe because I know somebody's gonna die." And it's look at you people. And there's like cars parked. And it's like totally normal day shit, and you're like, 180 miles an hour. Really?
There was a guy that lived not too far away from where I was when I was in Lancashire, and he ended up Martin. His surname is Martin. I can't remember his bloody first name. Fantastic rider, but he ended up basically splattered against the side of a pub. Because it's just going through villages and stuff like that, right? So, and he was going into a corner, and he like wobbled out, and boom. Next thing you know, he's tumbling, and he's splattered against the side of an old English, an old Irish pub. Well, Isle of Man pub. But yeah, I mean, people don't realize they are literally just driving through the natural habitat. There's no barriers.
The natural habitat of the human.
Yeah.
That's nicely put.
Yeah, there's no additional barriers and things like you get with Monaco or whatever. It's just you go hell for leather, and whatever happens, and it's up to you. Good luck. That's it.
Yes. Cabby, is one of your favorite movies Death Race 2000?
I love that film. Yes.
Excuse me, I figured.
How much do you have? What were the points for the old age pensioners?
I think it was like 80 points or something, or was it like 100 points for old people? It was like you got a lot of points for old people because they didn't want to have to pay for their medical care.
Their pension. Age today where they wheeled them on the road and left them on the road.
Well, I'm looking at the chat. Common Sense Guy's in there, and he has a topic he wants us to discuss. I'll let MC lead off with this one. Oh, and also, hey, Big Fat Brian, how are you doing, buddy?
Brian!
Hammer, thank you. Guy Martin, that's the guy's name. You need to look up Guy Martin on YouTube and check out his...
Oh, wait, he's
No,
been
hey,
on
look.
Top Gear.
No.
Oh, yeah, he's been on Top Gear. Yeah, he's been on lots of things. But you need to check him out.
No, you bitch at me
and like
about...
I said, the thing is, he ended
And like
up
I said,
getting
he said the
splatted
thing
next
is
to a
that
pub.
one time at Discord camp, he shoved a foot up his pussy.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I haven't muted anybody in about a year, Cabby, but you were bitching about people talking over each other, and I was just talking, you prick.
You little whiny
yeah, fuck you. Common Sense Guy says, hey, Mad, talk about why the
Sorry, you were saying? Sorry, that was naughty.
Okay.
That was naughty.
You do that again, and you're kicked. You're my friend, but you don't mute me on my own show. That's it.
I only did that for the shits, man.
Yeah.
You know that.
Okay. Common Sense Guy says, hey, Mad, talk about why the electoral college should stay. MC, you take it from there.
Why should electoral college stay? Well, otherwise, what'll happen is that it won't be. You're not going to be representing the entire United States. Each state was created, all right, to have a certain amount of its own power. If you sit up there and took away the electoral college, you basically end up with just people going to the cities, all right, and the larger cities at that, and the larger urban areas, to get elected, and they then would make decisions for all these rural communities and how all these rural communities can act across the entire wide spectrum of the United States. If you want to take a look at what the difference is, just take a look at a county by county election, all right, and how the counties actually voted, and you will see a sea of red, and you'll see dark areas of blue in this massive sea of red. And it was created to prevent the dictatorial nature of a true democracy. All right, to at least limit it to some degree so that people can continue to have representation even if they're in a smaller area or a smaller community.
Well, all the fun went out of the stream, didn't it? That was fun.
Well, no, I tend to agree with you, MC. I believe the electoral college should stay, and I think when they changed up how we get our representatives, they should change it back. It should be that we what was it before, the House or no, the Senate picked the House or whatever or something like that.
No. The state legislatures picked the Senate.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
The House of Representatives was still elected directly by the people in those areas. All right. Although different states had different rules. For example, some states had a rule that if you didn't pay taxes or you didn't pay a certain tax, then you weren't allowed to vote. Other states said, okay, you had to be a landowner past a certain amount in order to be allowed to vote. All right. That has all been changed now to direct anybody that's a citizen of the United States can vote, and that'll be defined, regardless of whether or not the person has property or not. Okay, but prior to that, all right, prior to all these little changes, you still had a direct voting for the House of Representatives, all right, while the states themselves, the state legislatures themselves, chose who would represent the state in the state houses.
Brian, how's it going, brother?
Hey, Brian, how you doing, mate?
Brian,
What's
how
going
you
on?
doing, sugar?
Pretty good.
Brian,
I'm back.
bring some fun to it, man. It all
Save
went
me, I've
fucking
been turned
stale.
into AI. I'm Alexa now.
She has been.
Well, that's
Unfortunate, isn't it?
some people call that an upgrade.
Yeah, no. Hey, Brian.
Okay, MC's the Russian Mexican
Sorry.
bot.
I had to. It was sitting right there.
I know.
No, Brian. Alexa Smithers. Change her name on your Discord.
No, Schrodinger's Alexa Smithers. You can't take away the Schrodinger.
There we go. We'll do Schrodinger's Alexa Smithers.
Those of us that are Russian bots do not approve.
You're Russian Mexican.
I can't do a Russian Mexican accent.
And you're
That's
and a trans
impossible.
and a trans one. You're a trans Russian.
No, Mads the trans.
Well, they can both be trans. Don't
No.
don't
No.
persecute him.
No.
They're allowed to be.
Mads the trans Yankee.
Yes.
That's some bullshit too, but whatever. I'm making fun of Tema with Alexa, so whatever.
See how
Hey,
far
can you
we
guys
come
hear
in
me?
society when he's
Yes,
upset about
we
being
can
called
hear
a
you.
Yankee.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about being called trans.
Oh shit! yeah, that's the leftist influence on the Libertarian
It's funny,
Party.
Tema's
MC, right
Alexa,
there.
and I'm the one with the Alexa.
I know, that's so weird.
Wait,
I have
so
more kids than I'm old.
so you and Tema? Are... Never mind.
No, shut up. Shut up. You're gonna get me in trouble, man.
Uh-oh. So actually, I hopped on because of that question you guys had about the electoral system, right?
Yeah.
And the electoral system's in place to, obviously make sure that there's no tyranny of the masses, because most of the people in America live in either New York or California.
Yeah.
And like MC was saying, when you look at the map of how America votes, it is majority red and then blue in the highly densely populated areas. But that's the thing, is that they're highly densely populated areas. So it would actually almost always be blue if we had a popular vote every time.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And last night when I was doing the stream with Pinoid, we showed several states voting in 2016, and all the states we showed were mostly red, but they all voted for Hillary in the Electoral College. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Portland running Oregon. We're talking about Philadelphia running Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hey, we
Seattle
got
running
Doku
away.
in the chat.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Doku's in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
He just
First
showed
off,
up.
happy birthday. Happy birthday. Second, my wife's bringing home some whiskey for me for your birthday stream. I will be there. So hit me up with the link, or have Tiger Lily do it. But I will be there, and I'm going to have some whiskey for it.
Hey Doku, how you doing?
I didn't know he had a channel. I'm going to subscribe right now.
Well, no, and if you guys have watched any of my streams where I actually drink hard A, I get pretty drunk, so it should be a fun stream.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
usually
Yes, you do.
it
To
goes
the point where you're
south very
slurring
quick.
your damn speech and falling asleep.
So, with that preface, I was going to ask, what do you guys think? Since we have an electoral college, which is a measure against the the masses, then doesn't it make sense that we should have more of a states' rights system than we do currently?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right,
a good
Brian.
argument for it.
We
Yeah,
should have
very
a
good
far more
argument for it.
decentralized system than we do, especially with the electoral.
Hey, Doku.
What up, Doku?
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Yay,
I'm doing
Doku.
good. How about yourself?
Doing good. Actually, literally just stepped out for a smoke after finishing up dinner at a freaking wonderful steakhouse. Oh my god, man. They had the Wagyu rib caps and an 8-hour smoked braised short rib that was 10 ounces. Oh my god, dude, it was amazing.
Oh, are you gonna hit some bars up before your stream and fucking get your free drinks or what?
Yeah, actually, I'll probably end up going home and just bullshitting around on the live stream. I've been working my ass off all fucking day. Got a good, nice meal, some nice red meat in me, a few drinks. It'll be fun to sit and shit with everyone.
Yeah, you like the truckers.
Well, like I said before you hopped in here, man, my wife's bringing home some whiskey for me for the stream, dude. I told her at least a pint of Jack Daniels, maybe a fifth. We'll see what she brings me. I left it to her discretion.
Why not 2 liters?
Oh boy, there's your first mistake.
Oh no!
Come back.
No,
She comes back with a demijohn.
Well, no, wait. I already have an ounce of weed, and she's like, "Well, I'm taking your mom to go pick up some weed. Should I get a half ounce?" I'm like, "No, I have enough weed. I'm good." So I'm pretty sure I'll get a fifth.
Nice.
Hey,
But yeah,
here's a cool
thanks
story.
for the birthday wishes, everybody. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah. Happy birthday, yeah. And
Can't
many
see
more.
Don't do it. Don't do
Happy
it.
birthday, dude.
Don't you dare. You know
My
No, it's
birthday
fine.
is on
No
the
singing.
11th.
No
You know
singing.
Happy
You know how
birthday.
close?
Happy
You know how-
birthday is fine, mate. It's no problem. It's not copywritten anymore.
It is
It's already-
copyrighted.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
There was a court
No,
case
it's
that
not.
actually cancelled it, so it's
And
not anymore.
YouTube is
Disney
still.
does not own it.
All that needs to be said is I'm 1 year older, one drink deeper, and one step closer to death. Cheers.
Yeah.
Hoorah. Yeah, closer to death. Cheers.
Hey,
Well,
cheers.
Brian, it's
That's
been a
what
while since
happens.
I've talked to you, man. How have you been?
Pretty good, man. Just doing the same thing as you, pretty much working.
Yeah, that's how it is. Oh, by the way, there's no need to subscribe to my channel. I just bullshit around on the internet. The only thing you're gonna find here is playlists.
Whoa. That's all the more reason to subscribe to his channel. Because
Hey, if you need some true scary stories, I've got a playlist that's going on. So if you need something to fall asleep to.
well,
No,
not just that, but
everybody go subscribe to Doku's channel because then he'll feel compelled to make content for us.
Oh
and
God,
you get the
this was a
smooth,
mistake.
silky voice of Doku.
It was a
Oh.
mistake. In the words of your boy Zach, it was a mistake. But hey guys, I gotta pop back into the steakhouse. I've got family and everything. I don't want to be a dick sitting out here too much longer. But I wanted to pop in and say hi.
How long
Happy
until the
birthday,
stream,
man.
man?
Thank you. Stream
Enjoy your
will
meat
be
sweats.
on Lord Nurgle's channel. Hit up
Dade.
Lily. Hit up Lily. She can fill you in with info. It'll be starting around between sometime in the next hour, maybe as late as 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
Well,
I'm sure Lily and Nurgle and myself will also go ahead and throw out the shills. Gotta shill the channels.
well, Doku,
You better show.
if you DM me that link, I'll pimp the living shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for it. If you guys want on, find Lord Nurgle. I'm sure you'll find him floating around. It's his channel, so I'm not at liberty to go ahead and say.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it's not my channel because I'm a lazy fucking bastard. But I doubt he would mind. Nurgle's a good guy. But yeah, hit up Nurgle or Tiger Lily and yeah, let's get drunk as shit tonight. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, no, like I said, I got some whiskey just because it's your birthday, dude. I don't drink hard A usually, so
Awesome,
I'm
man.
gonna be there.
I do.
Hey, well, you know what? As long as you got a good excuse to drink, then I'm happy to be of assistance.
I'll just be an asshole in the chat. I don't drink.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the excuse to drink whiskey.
Before we go, are we going to sing happy birthday to Doku?
No singing.
Yeah,
Nope,
I
this
think we
is
should.
now a quarantine
Happy
zone.
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy
Doku.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the beautiful wishes.
How did we only lose 2 viewers after that? I heard it.
That is a damn good question. All right, everybody. I'm gonna hop back inside. Yeah, I'll shoot the link whenever it's available to me, and y'all have fun talking about whatever random bullshit y'all are talking about.
Thug life.
Politics and arguing about stupid shit.
Yep.
Oh, it's the usual.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Cheers. I'll hopefully see y'all soon.
Yeah,
Thank
enjoy
you.
your dinner, sir.
Thank you. Adios, amigos.
Remember, more than 2 fingers in the butt is a bad idea.
But the whole fist is a good idea.
Thank you, Brian.
Anyway, back to the argument for states' rights.
Yes. So now you gotta
with 3 fingers in the pooper.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're talking about fisting Feinstein.
Oh.
Oh no!
Did you guys see that
No.
Maxine Waters has had an ethics complaint filed against her, and they're investigating her
Yes, I did. I put it in politics earlier.
for inciting violence?
Yes.
They're blaming Ted Cruz getting harassed in that restaurant on Maxine Waters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't you know you can't harass the Zodiac killer?
Oh God.
Don't poke the bear.
For the States' Rights Electoral College, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a lot of really interesting cries about not just the Electoral College, but there being the seat of the president at all in our government since Trump took office. There have been at least 3 editorials I've seen that have suggested we just do away with the presidency altogether.
Yeah, that's a good idea, considering that, you know, the president doesn't really do anything anyway. Come on now. He's just a face for the CIA, man.
Apparently.
He's just a face.
But he has a cell phone and a pen, right?
He's just distracting you with them tweets. It's that dirty Hillary running the government.
These fucking people are all fucking crazy, man.
I'm sorry, I was tuning into my Dennis, or not Dennis Quaid. What's his name? Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid, yeah, my Randy Quaid videos.
Yeah, oh God, he is awesome.
Dude, those are the best videos ever.
What videos?
Oh my God.
Randy Quaid.
Follow him on Twitter now. What are you even doing, man?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I was thinking the actor. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, the actor.
I remember a little bit. I know what you're talking about.
Screw Twitter.
No, dude. Randy Quaid Twitter is a gold mine. I don't know what he was thinking, but somebody, I guess, maybe gave him the idea that when you're ranting into the camera, you should use a random strobe light in the background. So he does. He rants into a camera with a strobe light that's multiple colors going off in the background. He looks like he looks like what's his name? Karl Marx, because he's got the huge beard and everything. He's bald.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
really,
I couldn't
really weird.
watch it then.
Oh no,
It
he's
would, like,
great.
kill me.
Yeah.
Oh no, the strobe stuff you can't do, Mama. No, the strobe stuff you can't do. Not all of his stuff has strobes on it. Well, I mean, to be fair, he's always looked kind of creepy, so...
Who keeps blowing over their mic?
Kirkland, you gotta, like, stop heavy breathing into your mic.
Seriously, man.
That's the only time I mute
Annoying.
people. That's the only time I mute people is when they're making a bunch of noise. Like, that's why I stay muted most of the time, because I get it.
Randy Quaid posted his birthday picture, which was him in like really short shorts with his keto diet cake that he put on his head for some reason.
The reasons.
Yeah, well, the level of crazy coming out of that guy is amazing.
It is. Here's it's just a tweet that shows him in his full glory in a trench coat with an umbrella. So, if you want to see what Randy Quaid looks like now, to the side chat, guys.
Yeah, but who's the other guy? The one that was in like 48 Hours or something. Was it 48 Hours? He looks like a wrinkled prune now. Oh God, what the hell's his name? Hang on, I'll remember. But yeah, you got some real freaky people over there in the actors.
Do you mind if I screen share his Twitter so the audience can see?
Uh-oh, I think we lost Benj.
Well, that's not a no.
Well,
I don't
you
think
share what you like, man.
Go ahead and do it.
Share what you like. Yeah.
The only thing
He
is
still
that
has
you
to
would
present
ask
you,
me to
though.
share.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to present you.
There you go. This is Randy Quaid's amazing Twitter account. Notice the horn-rimmed butterfly glasses and the Communist
What the
Manifesto look. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Don't let the strobies go. We have somebody with epilepsy in the.
Yeah, I'm not
Hey,
gonna.
no, go for it. I'm on Twitter right now on my
Okay.
phone, so he can.
Okay.
But he does the weirdest things ever. Like I don't know,
He's
man.
a glorious guy, dude. He's just he's like this really sweet version of like Ted Nugent or something. He's just like it's really sweet, crazy mountain man thing. I don't know.
Oh, here it is. Oh, hold on, come on, open up. So his cake diet because it saved his life. I don't know. I guess maybe he deleted the picture where it was on his head. But oh yeah, here's another one. Yep, just a normal everyday
That's
Randy
the one I
Quaid.
offered. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I don't look crazy at all. I swear.
Oh man,
Isn't Randy Quaid the one that was in
there it is.
Independence Day? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Yeah, he was the dad that flew the ship into Independence Day. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nut.
Oh, he is batshit crazy.
I'm trying to
He's
think of some other
wonderful,
movies he
though.
was in.
Of all of the vacation movies, he plays Chevy Chase's
Oh,
brother.
the brother. Yeah. There was some other movies he was in. I can't think what they were. He was also a sheriff in a movie too.
Oh, he's done a ton of stuff. He's actually a rather prolific actor. He's funny as fuck, though. He's just nutty as the day is long. He's good times.
No, yeah.
I believe he taped devil horns on Ford. I'm just saying this. It's a really if you're not following him, you should definitely follow him. And that's the end of my screen sharing.
I'm more than likely shadow banned on Twitter.
Okay, well, be prepared. Captain Deadpool's going to jump in, and he always rants. So he asked for a link.
It's okay.
Fucking
When he
zero.
rants, I tend to shut him up.
Fucking zero again. Jesus.
Don't you mean Hero?
Zero cool. He doesn't like being called that anymore. Cap.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
not
why I call
surprised. Yeah, which is what he is.
Compared to what you're super cool, Cabby.
Yeah, he titled it. Hey, look, he titled himself. I'm not held accountable for what he did.
No, that's why I got on Twitter, because I got a message from somebody. It was Dade.
Wow, he has a long list of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to think of this fucker who was. Oh God.
See, the problem is, Cabby, you're trying to think, and that's where you're just going to go wrong.
Oh please, spare me your.
I'm not going to spare you anything, sweetheart.
Yeah,
You're a big boy. I know you put on your big boy panties every single day.
I do. Yeah, with my diaper.
Remember, put the bow in the front.
Yeah. I remember.
Hey, Shaq.
I know which one the L and the R is on my shoes.
Days of Thunder.
First of all, Cabby
TGIF is on the front on purpose.
Cabby lives in England. He has somebody there to do it for him.
Oh, this is true. Yes.
I have my nanny.
They have house elves.
I have nanny.
Randy Quaid.
Who I have disturbing thoughts about.
Dade, what are you talking about? You DM'd me as well. I didn't get any DMs from you.
You guys need to check your DMs. I DM'd both of you two before MADDS sent it to me.
Well, maybe you should have reached out to me.
I did.
Maybe
get
nobody
any DMs.
cares.
You guys need to
Maybe
check your
nobody
DMs.
cares.
I'm
Nobody
checking my
cares.
DMs. Ah, now it comes
Nobody
in.
cares.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what to tell you if your internet's slow or Twitter sucks ass.
It's Twitter. That's why I use Discord for sending DMs for Hangout links.
Yeah, I don't normally have Discord on, which is why I say just send it. Yeah, it's a discount Discord. I usually don't have it on. You know, it's not. I do have it, but I just don't normally have it on. So it's kind of like, I'm already on Twitter doing other stuff. DM me, and it's kind of like 5 hours later.
Yeah. Sorry, it's Twitter. I can't do anything about it if Twitter just.
No,
shows
I
it to me
wanted
now.
MADDS. I wanted to share this, and this is just strictly my opinion. You guys can all have your say once you're done, but I really kind of want to point this out, if that's okay, MADDS.
Oh, go ahead, man. I knew you wanted to rant. That's why you always come on.
I'm not going to rant. I just really wanted to bring something up that was interesting. Okay, so I had received I've somehow came across people making some tweets about the dumbass cartoon that came out from Chris Britt or some retard about slamming the Kavanaugh daughters. You know, one of them was at the praying at the side of the bed and all this other stuff, which basically it's Kavanaugh's daughter says another prayer. It says, "Dear God, forgive my angry, lying, alcoholic father for sexually assaulting Dr. Ford." I had saw that like a day or two ago, and I literally just fucking rolled my eyes and kept my nose out of it. But there was a gal that is over in Illinois, and she wrote to the Illinois Times. Basically, I'd like to formally lodge a protest and so on and so forth. And I had seen this from Christina Summers, who I follow on Twitter too. And I actually had, and it doesn't pain me to do this, but it's one of those things that's when a person's right, they're right, even if they're grandstanding or doing it for political, which she is, but it does need to be brought to the attention of people that, okay, if you don't like Kavanaugh, that's one thing. But, seriously, it's like if you were to attack Obama's daughters, I'd say the same thing, leave them the fuck out of this. So I basically wrote in reply to her, and I named a few Iowa places too, which one of them I live literally 7 miles away and have no problem starting shit with. I wrote, "No kidding, when Chelsea Clinton is calling bullshit on you, you done gone too far at the Illinois Times." And I'll say the same thing to the Des Moines Register if they pull the same crap, because I do read the Des Moines Register and I hadn't seen it. And I also get the QC Times because my parents get it and I haven't seen it. And so I also wrote, "Same to you, Quad City Times. I'll call you on it. Leave the kids out of this." And then basically this is what I really thought of the whole situation. If you want to choke a bitch. So I threw up the thing of Megatron choking Starscream. I really didn't know what else to say. I mean, it's not like I can't just, tell the Illinois Times not to print something they've already printed. But when you get people that don't like Kavanaugh and they're basically saying, you've done fucked up. Well, here's the kick in the pants. The Illinois Times, I believe, printed this first before anybody else. And whether or not that's the case, I couldn't tell you, but I did get it come across my way. And I wasn't particularly too happy with it myself. I haven't seen it in any of the local fish wrappers, so to speak. But I remember people, they were spoofing, I do remember quite a few people spoofing Obama and his kids a while back. And I was just like, okay, seriously, you don't like Obama, fuck off. That's fine, but leave him the fuck alone and basically, leave the kids out of this and shit. And that's all there is to it. And when they were attacking Barron Trump, I'm like, you know what? You guys really need to get a fucking job. Leave Barron Trump out of this. And everybody's up for grabs and everybody's fair game in the political hemisphere, especially when it comes to cartoons. But I can honestly tell you on the flip side, I follow Ben Garrison, and I have never seen him attack any person he doesn't agree with politically, their kids. Now, Chelsea Clinton, I think he's spoofed once or twice, but Chelsea Clinton's also an adult, okay? She's married. I believe she has her own kids. She is an adult right now. So if you want to spoof or riff on Chelsea Clinton, go ahead. She can womp you back too, because she's a goddamn adult. But as everything's coming to a head and to an end with the Kavanaugh thing, we've got people coming out of the woodwork basically calling, and MC, correct me if I'm wrong on saying the name, Christine Blasey Ford. I don't know how to fuck
that right.
Christine Blasey Ford.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's getting called out for bullshit by people who've known her. And I think it came out today or yesterday, one guy who was romantically involved with her calling bullshit on her. And basically saying, no, I dated her and blah, 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 and I broke up with her because she was doing this with my credit card and she's not afraid of flying, or, and I heard that on a video by Anthony Brian Logan. He usually does his homework. So when so the whole thing was and I'm not going on a rant here. I'm just explaining something, because a rant would mean I was really pissed off. I'm actually not disturbed by this. I'm kind of like, seriously, motherfuckers, you're getting called out by somebody who's who's on the left and a political enemy of yours. But I was talking to Gail Simone on Twitter, and I said, oh my God, I was actually born almost a year after she was. My daughter was also born in July. And my daughter grew up reading her stuff, and I was kind of flirting with her and being stupid and shit, but she took it all in good humor. And that's when I ran across that from from Christina Hoff Sommers. So I thought it was I just thought it was kind of like, okay, this is bullshit, and I think it needs to be called out. I mean, I'm sure nobody's ever gonna see your video, Mad Dodge. Sorry to say, but you know, I knew MC was in here because I saw him in here while I was on the outside, and I said, you know, I really got to bring this to a head because I'm sure MC probably has something to say with this. And you guys know I don't get too political, but when something's really in bad taste, and I, of all people, have to say to Chelsea Clinton, well, shit, when I don't agree with you often, Chelsea, but when you're right, give you a thumbs up. That should really tell you something. Even if she is doing it for political attention, which she most definitely is, she's still bringing out a very good point of, seriously, how fucking low can you go?
People are dropping like flies.
Well, yeah, we're approaching the 2-hour mark anyway, so it's all good. But go ahead, MC.
I saw that video or that post, all right? And I just rolled my eyes like you did. But the reality is that's old hat. I hate to say it, but calling out kids, all right, and calling out family members, that goes all the way back to, you know, way back when. I mean, I can remember the commentary about Billy freaking Carter. All right, I can remember some of those commentaries. All right, I can remember the issues with George Bush's W's kids and how that was all treated. So, should kids get involved in this? Should they be dragged through the mud in these kind of conditions? No, but then again, this is something that's constantly pointed out is the shortcomings, for lack of a better term, right?
Yeah.
Other kids are always brought to the fore. I mean, if kids, for example, Al Gore's kid got picked up for pot at one point, all right? I mean, all these things come out. Unfortunately, they come out. And it's just like, okay, well, you know, I mean, do I find that cartoon
tasteless,
disgusting and tasteless? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And have I mentioned these things that kids should be left alone before? Yes. All right. The problem though is, at what point do you think they're fair game? Right. And do not misunderstand me. I'm just going to use something as an example.
No, I understand.
All right. You've got this idiot, all right, camera hog, okay, from Florida, right? He was 17.
David Hogg.
Yeah.
He's fucking fair game because he portrays himself as an adult, and he is of a specific age, and he's not and I'm not trying to be rude here, MC, but he's not any senator or governor or president's kid. He's an asshole.
The reason I brought him up, he is, but he inserted himself into politics. All right.
There was a controversy with him recently too.
Right. Well, what I was trying to point out was, as just use this as an example, if a teenager, all right, like one of the Bush kids or whether Obama's kids, right, when they're teens, go out there and make a political statement or go into this kind of arena, at that point, do they become is it fair game completely, or do they still retain that we should leave it alone? This is what I'm trying to point out is at what point do they become fair game, at what point don't they become fair game?
Right.
It's an unfortunate way the situation is, but guess what? This is America, and you have the right to be disgusting asshat when it comes to freedom of speech.
Yeah. Well, no, and I inject myself into politics, but I don't inject my kids into it. Now, if my fucking oldest son tried to inject himself into politics, I would imagine he would get smashed like a fly. I'm older. I could take a little beating from MC. It doesn't fucking matter. But I don't want my kids going through that fucking muck. You know what I mean? I enjoy politics. It's actually a passion of mine, obviously. So I'm not afraid of a good debate. I'm not afraid to lose a debate, at least seemingly, because I'll still come out thinking I won.
Somebody swatted David Hogg.
Oh, somebody did. Yeah, you know what? Fuck him. See, that's kind of the difference. And I'm not saying, yeah, MC, you're right. People are fair game, and that's just kind of why I wanted to bring this to attention, because it just seems that more now than the previous situations, it's been severely rabbited and rampant. But David Hogg is a punk. I've been calling his ass out on Twitter since day one. He's a dumbass kid, and if he got swatted, I don't really give a shit. But again, he's no innocent, and he starts problems, and he starts shit intentionally to provoke and harm the rest of Americans on ultimately both sides, if you want to get technical. Now, the Bush twins, I see, here's the thing. I don't remember the Bush twins all that well because I like who, and I didn't really give a shit. And so my first recollection, and I really didn't run across that. Now, I had heard a lot of stuff about Branstad's kid here in Iowa getting in trouble, and he's our governor's kid. I'm thinking, what if, my dad's basically like, he's a dumbass. I'm like, oh, okay. But the Kavanaugh daughters aren't sticking their heads in where, where sticking their noses where it don't belong. And honestly, neither did the Obama girls when they were going out being dumbasses looking at colleges and shit, because everybody does stupid shit, which just as our generation did it before there was the internet, Well,
but the other aspect of it, whether you like him or not like him, is Kavanaugh mentioned his daughters. He's the one who brought them up. So yeah. But that still doesn't. I'm not saying that it changes the disgusting nature of what you're looking at. But the reality is he himself is the one who inserted them into this conversation. I disagree that it doesn't mean that they should be treated this way. But then again, I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I can understand as a father that it is what it is. And I do recall Kavanaugh saying that stuff. And as the man of a daughter who is who she is, I kind of just like, oh, you fucking idiot. And I didn't think they'd get this retarded. I've brought this attention to many people on Twitter. And a lot of them, they'll make fun of my kid. And I'm like, yeah, you go ahead and you say that to her face. She'll knock your ass out. Well, you didn't raise her. And I say, no, I raised her great. That's why she's now making like 100,000 plus a year being in the Air Force and having a specialized skill at 25. And you're most likely living in your mom and daddy's basement because I'm a damn good parent. My ex-wife is a damn good parent. So when I invoke specifically topics regarding the LGBTQ, and somebody says, well, all women that are certain topics, like all women feel this way, all this other stuff, and I know my kids so well, I would say, that's not how my daughter would see it. And they try to slam my daughter and say, yeah, I don't give a shit, slam her all you want. You go ahead and say it to her face and she'll knock you out. That's my point. And so I understand where you're coming from, MC. I completely get it, and I did roll my eyes when Kavanaugh brought that in, but he didn't bring his kids in for them to get fucked with on this level. Because I don't and I don't know anything about Billy Bush or I remember my dad saying something about Jimmy Carter's brother getting picked on or goofed on too, but they were adults. So we're not having an argument. Yeah, but we're not having an argument here. We're just basically bringing this to light and presenting 2 points. For anybody who watches this down the road, we're not arguing. We're just bringing everything to light for you to understand.
Swatting is bad.
When you were talking about Baron Trump, what do you think about the manga that was made of him?
I thought that was a story from the 1800s.
I just always laugh my ass off about that kind of shit personally. Comic books don't, comic books, animation and all that kind of shit it is what it is. And but I also look at it from the fact is, yeah, I dare you to go say that shit to his face. I wouldn't so much worry about President Trump as Melania knocking your ass out if you've got to, if you want to pick on the kid. And I do recall a few instances where people have tried to fuck with Barron, and Melania has come out and said, in the nicest way possible, and I'll say it in the crudest way possible, go fuck yourself.
Kind of like what what's her name did with Trump's head, and Barron saw that on TV.
Oh yeah, well, and that severely backfired on Kathy Griffin. In the long run, everybody she was trying to impress turned their back on her. It's kind of like being at a heavy metal concert and wearing the shirts of the main band you're there to see, and you being the opener band, and them all turning around on you and giving you the middle finger. That's what that was like.
Yeah, and then she apologizes, and then later on, she says, "Oh, I didn't mean it."
No, you don't fuck with her, kid. She'll go Black Widow on your ass.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I just wanted to bring this up, not to stretch out the time frame or start a problem. It's just I wasn't offended. I was just perplexed, and it's kind of like, and like I said when I initially made my comment. Initially, when I made my comment, I knew not only was MC in the chat, and he was going to be online with me for a little bit, but I knew what he would say, but it was just the fact that, it just needed to be brought to people's attention, and then I knew that Hillary Clinton Chelsea was grandstanding, what she is, but it's kind of the point when you've got somebody who and she doesn't like the man. When you got somebody basically saying, for whatever reason, leave his kids alone. I genuinely do have a belief that she's not only doing it for political purposes, but she's making the point of, you know what, you don't have to like me and my parents all in all this and other shit, but are you so unintelligible that you have to basically do something this crass? And I would have to say that unless it was Charlie Hebdo over in France, that yeah, she's fucking right. So
Chelsea is thinking about running for president.
Oh, I know, and she doesn't have a chance in Hades. But
that's the same thing with Obama's daughter.
Well,
and
no,
she
that's
also
what,
wouldn't get elected.
That's what I was going to ask you guys as a closing question. Do you think that the Clinton family tradition will continue through Chelsea?
No.
I think they'll try, but I don't think he'll be a president in my lifetime.
I think
because what's going to happen, she's
not
just going to
make
be
my
a puppet.
headache worse.
All she's going to be is just a puppet for Hillary because of how manipulative she is.
Oh, you want headache, Shirati? Check that link out I just sent you.
So,
no.
But no, that was my final question, and yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark.
You like it?
We're gonna wrap it up right here. I have another stream to do tonight, also. So,
where are you headed to?
Doku.
Stream.
Yeah, Doku. It's his birthday. My wife's bringing home some whiskey for me. I already have beer. Yeah,
you're gonna be fucking drunk.
Yeah, it'll be one of those times. Yep.
That would never happen.
No, not at all, ever.
Yeah, there's not like 10 drunken streams on my channel.
No, never.
We have far more than that.
Hey, be nice, memes. Be nice. No. Okay. Good night. Good luck. And don't fucking go to France. We're out of here.
And before we go, am I the only one who didn't get the presidential alert?
Yes, I got it.
I didn't get it.
How old's your cell phone?
My cell phone is 6 years old, and the first thing I did, I got it during and it still works perfectly. It's a Samsung S4, and it does everything that I need to. The first thing that I did was I went in and rewrote and basically cock-blocked the code that takes presidential alerts.
But
I can't believe that. I have an S5, so I have a better phone than you do.
Why would you block
but hang on. Yeah, but he just said that he actually intentionally cock-blocked the fucking message to begin with. So why would you be surprised you're the only one that
governmental notices?
Yeah.
I sure did. Because when I got it, Obama was in office, and I didn't ever want to hear what he had his bullshit. And I could have cared less if we had a zombie apocalypse. I already know how to survive, and I'd be like, fuck him. Something I already know.
Wait,
your knee. So why are you surprised that you didn't get the fucking message?
No, I'm not. I was actually asking, am I the only one who didn't get it? And everybody's like, no, I got it. I'm like, I guess I'm the only one who. Why didn't you?
Because my phone sucks.
Oh, your phone sucks. There's a difference.
I doubt I have even enough memory left on my phone to even put the program on there to do it.
Well, no, I heard my wife was watching cable. I heard the emergency broadcast thing go off. And I'm like, okay, whatever. My phone was in my pocket because I was in the restroom. I fucking wasn't staring at it.
Right.
And I come out. She's like, oh, did you just get that presidential text? I'm like, what? Pulled out my phone. I'm like, oh, I fucking
is that what
did.
that was?
Yeah.
I love CNN's. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry. The reason I asked is because I was in the middle of GameStop, and they had the Funko Pop for the Aquaman movie coming out, and I bought the GameStop specific mirror and the mirror for the Aquaman, the average one, so the one where she's in the dress and the one where she's in her battle armor. And I'm standing in the store in Davenport with like 15 people around me, and 15 cell phones go off at once, including the 4 staff that are there. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? And I'm just like, what the hell was that? And I heard all these ringtones going off, all these different sounds of people's messages, and they were, everybody had their own set tone to their messages. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm hearing this jumble, this cacophony of noise. I'm thinking, what the fuck was that? I mean, I literally said, what the fuck was that?
Not for you to brush your teeth.
Party. You denied yourself in the party because you cock-blocked the president. My God, that makes you a victim.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if mine would have been any more special. I have the SWAT Cats, the 1990s cartoon SWAT Cats theme on there.
That is an amazing song.
But it's one of those things, 15 phones were going off, and I'm thinking, what the fuck is that? And everybody went, and it was like just, synchronicity. Everybody took their phones out and looked at it, and I heard everybody go, oh!
Dude.
I just assumed that it was another Amber Alert, so I checked it to see if it was in my area.
Yeah, and that's the thing I heard, is like thinking, oh, everybody got an Amber Alert. They don't know how to turn it off.
If our electrician at work didn't tell me about it going off at 2:18, I probably would have been like, holy shit, this must be World War III before I pulled out my phone.
No, because I get Amber Alerts a lot, and I just assumed that's what it was again.
I still think CNN had the best take on it. Sorry to cut you off, MD. I did the best take. They're like, they tested a presidential alert system, and no, it wasn't President Trump writing it.
You know that.
I wish it would have been in, just like whatever. But
you know that there's people trying to sue for over that because they don't want to hear anything from Trump.
Well, they can take it up with their cell phone companies. It's ingrained in their phones. You have to, depending on what your phone is, you have to literally go in and brick your phone to make sure it doesn't do it. Sorry, that's the way it goes, assholes.
Well, just like TV, it's a national emergency alert.
Actually, it's going to be interesting in the near future what happens with the phones and everything, because that Linux core could be, reduced quite substantially.
Well, I did comment on it, and I said I actually didn't get it, and I said it doesn't bother me. But then I realized, well, just in case of a world war or a zombie apocalypse, I guess I'm screwed.
Well, just make sure it doesn't say config.
Hey, tell you what, Dade. Come tax time, we're upgrading our phones. I'll go ahead and send you my S5, then you'll get it.
So you want me to break that and send it back to you?
No. The thing is, he's already said that he made it, so he didn't. I mean, he could have received it. He chose not to receive it.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the fucking bitching is about.
No, we're just having fun with it. It was the fact that I asked that because I was in a GameStop with 15 other people buying stuff, and theirs all went off, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I'm the only one who didn't have it go off in his pocket, and everybody, it was really one of those, if you've ever seen Monty Python, where everybody's like, yes, get on with it. That's literally that scene in a GameStop. And I'm thinking, oh shit, and they're like, so 15 people going, and bitching. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I miss?
I don't know what's worse. Trump's president.
No, I don't know what's worse, the fact that you were shopping at a GameStop or the fact that you didn't get the fucking emergency message.
I don't see how it's even fucking significant.
It's Dade.
The guy blocked his phone and he didn't get a message.
Say what memes?
I was going to say, Dade, well, half your stories either occur at the supermarket or a GameStop.
Yeah, they do. Like what I said the other day about the guy and his fucking his dog, and I'm like, oh, that just. Were you on that live stream?
I was.
You or Mad Dodge.
I was hiding.
Yeah, you guys were there. That was yesterday when I told you about that shit. Remember?
Yeah. We don't need to rehash.
I'm
either in the middle of a grocery store or I'm in the middle of a GameStop, and this kind of shit happens. The story of my life. I might as well start making vlogs every time it happens.
Why don't you just make a video every time you go to the grocery store?
Yeah.
I'm about ready
to get traumatized.
What happened?
No more. We're done for tonight. We've got another video to go to.
Okay. Yeah. I got a birthday stream I gotta fucking go to here soon.
Get drunk too.
So, yeah. I'm waiting on the whiskey.
Good luck. Good night. Everybody have a great night.
Fuck you. Honestly, why do you want to fucking take over? You fucking little dominatrix bitch.
Yes. I am.
All right,
you have a good night.
Payback. that's payback for earlier, Cabby.
And then
We're
while you
outta here.
can.
Good night, everybody.